Yeah, exactly. Thanks for joining tonight. I know it's late, but you were willing to hop on.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, man. Absolutely. Thanks for asking.
Did you have a big training day today?
No, actually, it was not a very big training day today. Kind of put my I've kind of just like dug myself into the hole. So I just kind of backed off the last couple of days and took a little more time. We went on a nice walk this afternoon with the family. Yeah, just kind of made it an easier day.
Are you healthy?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, for the most part,
Yeah.
pretty healthy.
Didn't you?
There's little things come up, right? Like there's always a little twinge or something. Like I got a little tightness in the neck. But it's like you can work around that. And again, like you start to read the signs of the body and back off a little bit. So
Did you retire a couple years ago or no?
no, I don't know why anybody said that. Like
I said
I
that to you
I
last.
I know, like literally said, I was like, "What the heck, bro? Like, come on, man!" I literally this last year, I made 3 posts intentionally saying I am not retiring. I just took a job with CompTrain to start working inside the community and stuff a little bit more.
But
That's
Ben
fine,
retired.
whatever.
Ben retired, right? From coaching.
Yes, Ben retired from coaching. He was like, "I'm not coaching
Okay.
elite athletes anymore." Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, but that was like it was like cool because it was like an opportunity for me to start like step into a coaching role with CompTrain, start working with athletes. And honestly, like what was exciting about me is like I wanted to like engage with the community more and like start
Yeah.
like and it's really cool. Like we've been given these really cool platforms with what CrossFit has become and what some of us like the kind of careers that some of us has had, and it's kind of a cool opportunity to start engaging with people now and kind of giving back. So
You,
that was just an exciting thing to step into.
you know what's interesting when I think about you? I think about someone who, no matter what's going on at the games, whenever I see you, if I'm down or if I'm up or if I'm not like there's a lot of
Yeah,
emotions, highs and lows, a lot of
totally.
stuff going on. You're
Absolutely.
always like a beacon of light. And you
Thanks,
always like
man.
bring a
Wow.
smile to my face because I know
Wow.
you're gonna be like completely positive and
Yeah,
completely like in good spirits no matter what's going on. And that whenever I think of you, that's what I think of is just like
dude.
and it's
Wow.
that's something special.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I don't take words like that lightly, especially from like, you know, just another dude. Like I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. That's
Yeah. No, I mean it
because it's
and
not. Yeah.
I think a lot of other people that are involved in like the execution and behind the scenes, they would probably share the same thing because there's a lot of people that are not that. And
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Like the weekend's a roller coaster, man. Like,
yeah,
so it's like it's easy, and I think the reason why I appreciate hearing that so much is because like it does. I mean, you got to be intentional about it. Like,
it,
you got to
yeah,
be you got to choose to be positive about a lot of parts of the weekend because there's a lot of parts
it
that are
is a
down.
it is an amazing roller coaster of just like these highs and lows, emotions, people
Mhm.
happy, people not
Yeah,
happy, things going well, things not going well. Yeah,
totally.
it's great, and we're all close together and dealing with it in different
Yeah,
ways, and and
yeah,
and no matter how negative you're feeling or someone's feeling, not you, but someone, you have to
sure.
interact with everyone. There's people you're
Exactly.
crossing paths with everyone,
Totally.
and
It's
so
like, and like I've become like I really enjoy interacting with people. Like I just care and I want to see how people are doing. It's like I'll walk by a competitor sometimes and like, hey, how's it going? And like sometimes you just get hit with some really negative energy. You're like, I hope it turns around for you. I don't know what to say, but yeah, it can be a tough weekend.
Jason
So
Hopper played for Clemson,
yeah, yeah.
and you
And so
played for Washington.
for UW, we have pretty similar. Like if you look at our storylines, they're pretty similar. Like there's a lot of parallels there.
But you
So
guys are very different, like, sizes. He's much big. He's much taller.
yeah, what is he like 6'2"? He's got to be like six
I
two.
I think he is, yeah,
Yeah,
and,
yeah. I'm only five
but yeah,
ten.
is there any other Division One football players in, at the games? Or just you 2 at this year's?
No, I think it's just us that are Division 1. And I don't know any other Division 1 that have actually stepped into the sport that have been at the games. Um,
Did Marquand Jones ever make it to the games? Because he played
not
for
that
Clemson too.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He did play for Clemson, but no, not yet.
Okay.
I'm crossing my fingers for him, dude. Like it's been out a long time, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It's not like a direct. I mean, there obviously those athletes are amazing and completely athletic, and what they do on the football field is something special. But that
yeah.
doesn't mean it translates to being a great CrossFitter. Clearly,
Not at all.
obviously.
Not at all. Not at all. You know, I actually think that's really it's a really special thing to. Um, I've had some buddies of mine that I played with back in the day that have had some interest in CrossFit. And like, oh, like I could really do this. And I'm talking about like guys that like they're freaks of nature,
Yeah,
like power cleaning near 400 pounds in college, like
yeah,
wild.
yeah.
But then there's this concept of like there's a super humbling aspect of doing CrossFit that like it humbles you, man. Like it calls something out of you mentally that a lot of people aren't willing to experience and explore. You know, and then also just you know, physiologically, like it doesn't mean just because you can power clean a lot and you can sprint really fast doesn't mean that you're gonna handle the pain that comes with some of these workouts and whatnot. So
Some of the pain you're going to need to dig for extended periods of time and
mhm,
stay in a dark zone. Yeah, for
absolutely.
sure.
Yeah, totally, man. It's are you do you have a hope for more mainstream, if you want to call it that, more mainstream athletes to enter into the space? Is that has that been a hope for you?
In the early no, but in the early days, people used to talk a lot about that. People would say
Yeah,
like, "Hey, there's going to be all these cornerbacks or receivers or people from
right.
D1 that's going to come in and crush it." I think my hope, and I talked to Dallin about this earlier. My hope is that like the CrossFit youth and the children who are doing CrossFit, what we're seeing now from such a young age, who are making it
Mm,
like their sport, they're coming in and they're dominating it. I think it's
yeah,
super cool that so many people have transitioned from the youth division that we've created in the past several years and actually
yeah,
made it to the games.
yeah, yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of I hear both arguments in terms of people at that age should focus on sports rather than CrossFit. But you know what? I think all these kids are chasing their heart and their passion, and if that's the
Sure.
way they
Sure.
want to go with CrossFit, totally good. It's okay. It's
100%.
all good.
100%. And I think that I love that perspective. And I think that even myself, like I have shifted a little bit away from just even in the last 3 to 5 years, I've shifted away from I used to tell people like go play all the sports and just go expose yourself. And now I'm starting to see these athletes like come in from the youth division because the youth division is becoming so I think well developed, and
Yeah.
I think it's just a testament of the methodology, really, honestly. That I would shift that. Go play the sports, but you definitely should be doing CrossFit as your training methodology, or at least as a tool. And it's something I honestly I wish that I had when I was in college.
Yeah.
I wish I was
Yeah.
searching for it, man. I was searching for something like that. I think I did something one of P90X's like conditioning videos or something like back when I was in college. And I just wish that I had been introduced to the methodology earlier in my career because I would have definitely supplemented in the off season. And I think that more athletes can do that. And I hope to see more of that for athletes in supplementing with their conditioning for sport.
Your faith is a big part of your life as a competitor and as a family man, right?
Massive. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks
Not
for asking that.
Yeah, no, I'm really interested in that.
Yeah.
And I'd definitely like to explore that more with you when we're in Texas at the games. Just dive
That'd
in
be cool.
deeper because as we're doing on this format, I'm keeping it short, so we won't
For sure.
dive too far into that. But do you feel like?
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'll say that probably helps with a lot of what I was talking about earlier about you just always having such a
Mhm.
good attitude towards things.
Yeah,
Those two are
sure.
clearly
Totally.
connected,
Totally.
right?
Yeah, I absolutely believe so. And I was asked, a handful of years ago, 8 years ago or something like that, what my competitive advantage was. And I told somebody, I was like, it's my faith. It's like, that's my
Yeah,
competitive advantage. It's like, when you get through the hardships of a weekend, it's like I have something that I believe is a firm foundation to stand on and to lean against. And so I don't have to ride these super emotional roller coasters of where my identity lies or how I'm feeling or what it is. It's like I can find gratitude and appreciation for the moment that I'm in. Yeah, sure, it didn't go how I wanted to, but like it's not to say that the next moment's not going to be great. Or the fact that I have the opportunity and the chance to do what I'm doing is dude, it's incredible. It's incredible what
Yeah.
we get to do and what we get to step out onto. And like honestly, like if you're not enjoying the process of being at the CrossFit Games, it's a miserable physical experience.
Yeah.
But like if you're not enjoying it in your soul, like why are you there? Like
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's a cool experience, man, and it's why I've been around for so long. And just have been hoping to be a positive influence in the community.
That's
So.
awesome. Before we go, do you have any questions for me?
Oh man, um, how's it feel to be back? You know, it's I've been wanting to ask you that, and almost reached out a couple of times. Just like when you came back, I was like, hey man, it's good to see your face again. Like, how's it feel? How was that process and that journey? And you know, was it I don't know, was it kind of like I know you care, or else you wouldn't have come back. So what's that felt like for you?
The process and journey clearly has been pretty wild. The whole out and back in journey, and
Yeah,
it's interesting. I was
yeah,
talking to someone about this the other day. I, someone asked, "Why'd you even come back?" And
yeah.
they're like, "You could have
That's
done
good.
fine on the outside. You could have done great on the outside." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're
Right.
right. I would have been very successful in whatever I decided to do next steps on the outside, and I didn't really need to come back." But when I started thinking about big picture and you know, society and impact and
Yeah,
being able to give back,
yeah.
being aligned and being with CrossFit will enable me and give me an
Mm.
ability to contribute to society in such a larger way. And
Yeah,
so like
yeah, that's good.
being this thing that you are involved with, that I'm involved with, CrossFit, is really so powerful and
Yeah,
transformative in people's lives and in societies and in society.
totally.
So I could have done great as an
Yeah,
individual on my own,
yeah,
but if I wanna
yeah,
contribute to something much larger,
yeah.
it's with this team. It's with you. It's with
Excellent.
these people,
Yeah,
and that's why I
heck yeah.
came out.
That's good, man. It's this is something that I think few people in the current viewership of the sport are going to understand, but I think I can speak to a little bit just because of my tenureship. But it feels like a different Dave Castro has stepped in. And I don't
Thank you.
mean that and I don't mean that in a crass way.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I truly mean that in like there's something different about the way that you've approached the community aspect and the care for society and the community. Not that you didn't have that before, but there was just a
mhm,
different edge back in the day. And I mean, I think there was a
for
reason why
sure.
there was, you know, shirts about you and whatnot. But like, it's been cool to see, and I appreciate it. And
There's been massive, we've all we've grown up together almost. We've spent
yeah,
decades, over a decade, watching each other, alongside each
totally.
other, and in all of us, there's evolution and there's
Right,
growth, and
right,
and
right,
some of us are like you see more of it because we're out there and
right.
everyone's looking or taking shots at or pointing things out, and
Totally,
so yes,
totally.
the subtle changes to
Yeah,
some people, especially those who've known me for a very very long time, might not be so subtle.
totally.
And they recognize, and I'll be
Yeah.
the first to say for sure I've changed and for the better.
So for the better, yeah, but yeah, totally. And I think that the hope is that we all are. But like
No,
I appreciate just the outward lens and approach that you've been taking towards the care for the community and everything. It's been cool to see, man. So I appreciate that.
well, thank you, Cole, and I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks. This has been
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. Likewise, man. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Appreciate it, brother.